Hey everybody, we are going to be doing noses this week to go along with our portrait drawing unit. I did post a video of another person drawing noses, but I figured I would just go ahead and post one of myself drawing noses too. So whatever video helps you best is totally fine. All right, so this is what our end result should look like. We're gonna have our name on it. Drawing noses in frontal and profile view. Okay, number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4. You're gonna fold your paper into 4 boxes like we've been doing for everything. Now, the top 2 boxes, I want them to be frontal, meaning you're looking at the nose straight on. Boxes 3 and 4, they're gonna be in profile. So one is going to be turned to the right and the other one is going to be turned to the left. Okay, so let's get started here. First, I'm going to fold my paper. Okay, open it back up. Miss Ansel. Drawing noses in frontal and profile view. Now, the reason that I wanted to teach you how to draw a nose in profile and frontal view is because when we do our portraits of people in a few weeks, I want you to be able to draw the person if their face is like turned off to the side a little bit, if you wanted to. So, number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4. Okay, so we're gonna get started here. I'm gonna get down into box 1. Alrighty, so your first step is you're gonna have to draw really lightly. Let's get one line coming down lightly. A line coming down over here, really lightly. Lightly, not pressing hard. Now we're gonna draw a basic circle shape really, really lightly. Okay? So this is the bridge of the nose, and this is gonna be the tip of the nose. Okay, so that's the first step. And if I'm going too fast, pause the video, work at your own pace. So down below, we're gonna start with 2 C shapes to draw the nostrils. So we're going to start down near the bottom, but this line should not connect to the bottom. And we're going to draw a C shape along the side. Now that is going to be a nostril. Okay. One side. Same thing. Go to the bottom, but this line should not be connected to the circle. Try to keep these 2 C shapes as similar as you can. Okay. Next, we're gonna find the bottom corner. You're gonna go over a little bit, up a little bit, and you're gonna start to draw a curved line. Now you're gonna outline the bottom of this nose, come around and curl the other edge over. And that is your nostril shape. So it's kind of like curving down, outline the bottom of that nose shape, a circle shape, curl back under. So next you're gonna start to color in the top of this nostril. This should be the darkest value on this drawing, so this should be dark. Okay. And I'm gonna sort of start to create a lighter gray value and fill in the rest of that area. So hopefully you guys have gotten your pressure control down by now. We did values, we drew eyes, we drew eyebrows. So I'm hoping that we can really start to get good pressure control to create different values. Alrighty, so I have a nose shape, nostrils on the sides, on the outside of the nostrils, and I have the inside of the nostrils. So the next step is we're gonna start to create, using the side of our pencil, we're gonna create a light value going down the side of our nose. And we're gonna go around this circle shape that we created. It's important that you're pressing light, because if you get this value too dark right away, it's really hard to go back and lighten it up. So go down to the nostril. You're gonna go down to the other corner. Okay. I'm gonna make that just a little bit darker actually. Now you're also gonna want to put some over here on this side of the nostril and curling up to the side. So let's imagine that the light is coming from this direction, shining on the nose. It's gonna cast a shadow on the opposite side. Okay, so I got a value going. I'm also going to start to put a darker value on the outside of this line. So you're pressing harder here. We're going to come down like a diagonal line in this area and fill this in with a dark value. And the dark value on the outside is going to make this medium gray kind of start to pop out with that contrast of light and dark. Make sure when you create this value and you start to build it up that I shouldn't see white streaks of your paper underneath it. We're going to take this value around the edge, curl it around the nostril. And this should really be a little thicker here. Okay, now I'm going to take this underneath the nose too, right to the tip. It's not going to be as much of a shadow on this side, so I'm going to end it right here. Depending on the person you're drawing and how much lighting is in the room, I mean, the shadows are always going to be different, but this is just to get you a basic idea. Okay. So next, we have to draw the part underneath the nose that then leads down to the mouth. So let's do 2 light lines. Now start to fill in with the darker value here. I don't really think that needs to be that long. Let me erase a little bit of that. All right, so we're almost done with the first nose, and this video is at 9 minutes. So if this doesn't take you at least 9 minutes, then maybe go back and try to spend a little bit more time. All right, finally, what I like to do is I like to take my finger and I like to blend my values on my nose a little bit. So I'm just going to kind of go in a round motion on that, the circle that I drew first of all on this nose. Now I'm going to drag my finger up. Okay, so dragging it up. Now I'm going to blend this outside a little bit. Okay. So there we have one nose in frontal view. Okay, so you should write frontal view in here. Box number 2 is going to be another nose in frontal view, but I'm not going to draw another one. You could play this video again and draw another nose the same way in box number 2. Let's go back to my example here. So nose number 3 and nose number 4 are going to be off to the side. So I'm going to go ahead and draw one of those in box number 3. So now the person's head has been turned to the side, and that is the profile view. So we're going to start by drawing a line going down at an angle and curling under, sort of like a hook shape. Okay, now I'm going to draw a line over here too. Next, I'm going to draw the nostrils, but instead of the nostrils being the same side on both sides, the nostril on this side is going to be more narrow than the nostril on the other side. Okay, so thinner on this side, and we're going to do thicker on this side. Next, we're going to start the line for the nostrils underneath. So find the bottom, go over a little bit and up, and we're going to do just the smallest, thinnest nostril over there, tracing over the bottom of the nose and curling this around to make a thicker nostril on this side, small nostril on that side. So I would say next to an eye, I would say a nose is probably the hardest thing to draw on a person. So I recommend that you guys practice as much as possible. I wouldn't just draw 4 noses and call it a day just to get this assignment finished. I would really try your best and practice as much as you can. That's how you're really going to develop skills. Okay. So I'm looking at my nose that's done versus the one I'm working on now. This is going to be a long video. Okay. Next up, we are going to start with our shading going down the side of the nose. Curling it over the nostril. Okay. A little bit over here. All right, we're gonna do some value on this side now. Value over here. And I have to draw my part coming down that leads to the mouth. I don't know what that thing's called. Why don't you guys do some research and get back to me on that? What is that thing called? It's got to have a name. Little shading underneath the nose, going up to the end. I'm going to add some down here. Okay, so finally we're gonna do a little bit of blending with our finger. Remember to go in the shape, that round shape. Okay, and we have a nose off to the side. So you're going to do 2 noses in frontal view, and number 1, number 2, number 3 should be profile, and number 4 should be profile. Take your time. See you later.